beautiful people? It's your boy C-Dub, aka Whit, coming at you guys with another video. And this time, we're going to break down and walk through Zwift Power. What's going on, roadies, aka road runners? So a lot of you all know that I'm on Zwift, and a lot of us amateur, cat 1 through 5, even the pros are jumping on Zwift as of late due to the COVID-19. And so I had a question asked to me, you know, what is Zwift Power and why does Zwift Power shift you from one grade to the next grade, which I don't have that answer. But what it did cause me to do is want to kind of just do a little bit of a breakdown and walkthrough of Zwift Power. So I want to take you along with me for the journey. Haven't seen any other videos on YouTube actually doing this, so let's get right into it. So what is Zwift Power, you may ask me? And so of course I'm here on a pretty reputable website, which is Zwift Insider. And if you haven't checked that website out, it's like all things to Zwift. If you need any answers, if you need any, if you have questions, whatever it is, Zwift Insider has the inside scoop for you. But the reason why I'm here is because I want to let you all know what is Zwift Power. So as you see here, I'm going to scroll down on Zwift Insider to this opening paragraph of what Zwift Power is. It says ZwiftPower.com is a community-driven website used by Zwift racers and ride organizers to track results and see rider team details. Recently, the service has been interrupted, and I thought it would be helpful to chat with Glenn Knight, one part. Okay, enough of that. But ultimately, what is Zwift Power? Zwift Power is a community-driven website used by Zwift racers and riders and organizers to track our results and to see our details. And that is exactly what I've noticed that Zwift is. Zwift is kind of like USAC, but for Zwift. USAC, they keep all your records, they keep your results, they keep what category you are, they keep all that vital information kind of like in an archive area. And I believe for Zwift, that's what Zwift Power is. All right, so let's go on over to Zwift Power. So as you see here, I have my profile up at the top here. You see it says events. That simply is going to be a breakdown of all the events coming up, the day of events, so forth and so on. If I click that, as you see here, I've clicked it, and what it's going to do is it's going to pull up all the events going on today, as I had mentioned to you before. So here's all the events going on right here. So you see all these events. It says right here, today, and right now it is currently 1:01 p.m. in California, so Pacific Standard Time. And this just is all the breakdown on the left-hand side of all the rides going on today, and even races, their names, all their detail. And what these color codes show right here in the middle section, that's pretty much the number of people per grade. A grade, B grade, C grade, and D grade. And that's all respective here. So if I hover over 1, I believe it may tell me what the grade is. But I believe red is A grade, green is B grade, blue is C grade, yellow is D grade. And then I think there's another grade, I think it's this purple, which is for everyone. But again, if you look across for Watopia Cup, Zwift Classic, it's got 88 grade A's, 82, so forth and so on. Then it shows the distance, 37 kilometers. It's going to be 4 laps at the location, the Jungle Circuit. And then these little icons over here to the right are pretty interesting. What this icon shows you is it's a medium moderate climb within this ride. Then it also lets you know that there's going to be a scoreboard shown. Also letting you know that there's going to be custom power-ups within this ride. Moving over, there's going to be a staggered start. So as you see there, there's grade A, B, and C in this race, and they're going to have a staggered start. And what that is that not everybody is starting at 12:30. So more than likely, grade A is going to be starting at 12:30, grade B, 12:31, grade C, 12:32, and so forth and so on. And then lastly, little icon that's posted here is only riders in your group are going to be visible. So this is going to be like a locked in ride where you can just see other people that you're riding with. Just going down, this little woman right here, it's a woman only category. So some races and some rides, if you look in Zwift, the event section are going to be only women specific. But that's what that is. So that's kind of a quick little rundown of what each of those icons mean. This little truck here means a full draft, which means when you're in the ride, you'll be able to draft behind the person in front of you. Let's see if there's any other ones. The little clock. The clock represents, it allows late joins, which is pretty awesome. I haven't done it yet, but of course, taking it for what it's worth, you can join that ride late. That's amazing because I've actually missed some meetups and some group rides due to being simply 30 seconds to a minute late. All right, so let's go back now. And so just across the top, again, you have events, which what we just looked at real briefly. Then you have profile, which again, that's what you're looking at right now. As you see that it's highlighted, it's my profile. Then you have friends, self-explanatory, people that you follow, that they follow you, your friends. You have teams. So there's a slew of different teams. I'm going to click that. There's a slew of different teams that I've learned that are here within, that are recognized within Zwift Power. And so once this uploads, you'll see all the different teams here at the bottom. So it says all teams right here. And on the left-hand side, I see a whole lot of people that ride for Dirt, ZRG, so forth and so on, the Herd. So all these teams here on the left-hand, these are teams. And so we'll talk about that momentarily. But these are all the teams, and again, showing 1 of 50 of 7,054 entries. So I'm assuming there's 7,054 teams that are recognized here in Zwift Power. All right, going over to the next tab at the top, you have leagues. So again, within Zwift Power, there are leagues. So here you got Watopia, you got the Zwift Classics for women only, and then all these different leagues you have here. And this is a long list. As I mentioned to you guys in one of my videos, is that USA Cycling is actually going to be starting a league on the 22nd, which is tomorrow. They're going to be starting a morning, afternoon, and evening league, and that is represented right here. And it shows you for men and for women. So you got the USA Cycling League for men, women during the morning, afternoon, and the evening. So that's the leagues right there. And then you have series. So the series are pretty interesting because you have series that come and go, and you have to look at the specific race to see what kind of series that's in. Also, they have segments. Again, Alps to Zwift, Fergo Flats Long, Fergo Flats Short, so forth and so on. All these segments that they have in here, and you can actually click on one of these segments to see what the standings are, just like in Strava. So let's look at the volcano climb and see what we got going on in there. All right, so right here what you see is you see the volcano climb at the top. This is the event, and so this shows you for over 3.5 kilometers the terrain that you got there. So you have this information here, this little bar graph there. Then you have the population. Population average, I believe, is taking them about 9 minutes and 30 seconds to complete this. The average wattage is 251 watts. 75.7 kilograms, which is 3.3 watts per kilo, going about 23.7 kilometers per hour. So again, that's the fastest time for the volcano climb. If you scroll down in the second section, it says for all, it says for me, so I can see my own results for this particular segment. I can see everybody that's done it. I can see everybody that's done it entirely, like overall. I can see everybody for the day, the week, the month, etc. Then I can see whether I want to look at male or female. Then I can look at, it breaks it even down even more, whether I want under 23, 23 to 29, 30 to 39, so forth and so on. Then this last section here, it's about how much you weigh. So I currently weigh, I believe, 102 kilograms. So that would be this box way over here at the end. So let's click through this really quickly. So let's look at for the day. Let's look at all the men. Let's look at my age, which I am 38. My race age is 39, so let's click 39. And then let's see what that gives me. So now that I have all these boxes highlighted that I want to pick to see what this segment looks like, it's going to give me no data. So what does that mean? That as of today, nobody, no men the ages of 30 to 39 that weigh over 100 kilograms have done the volcano climb. Now, if I jumped on Zwift right now and did this and I updated the profile, my information would be in there. Hopefully that makes sense for you all. All right, so let's go back. Now let's go over back to the top of the web page and go through rankings. So again, like if you've been in any Omnium or any stage race, it's pretty self-explanatory. The ranking structure falls for teams, for individuals, for Zwift points, and according to your records. So if I'm gonna go back to my profile last to show you how each and every one of us that have registered for Zwift Power, we have what's called Zwift points. How we get those, I will have to do probably another video on that, but just to let you know that this is kind of what Zwift Power provides to you being the rider and or the racer. And then of course, going back to the top, they have what's called the forum. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where they have a forum of all these different questions, and you can read the questions and see what people have answered, so forth and so on. Your typical forum. And this is what you see right here. So general, site updates and feature requests, events, different teams, series stuff going on. You can see all of that. And so of course just scroll up and down through it and you see the different topic, the different number of topics, the different number of posts, and the last post which within that forum, a typical forum base. But let's go back to my profile. And we will finish with looking at my profile really briefly. All right, so we got my profile up. So starting to the left, working right. Again, I am a level 16 rider. I also have my Strava profile uploaded into this. Beneath that, what we have there is we have my 15-second, my 1 minute, 5 minute, and my 20-minute watts per kilo. Again, for 15 seconds, I'm able to hold 8.61 watts per kilo, so forth and so on. No need to cue you guys by PowerPoint, if you understand what I'm saying. Going over, what you now see is a little bar graph. For 15 seconds, I'm able to hold 879 watts. For 1 minute, 519 watts. And as you see, though, that those minutes go up, I'm not able to hold as much wattage for as long of time. Hence, I got growth to be had. But if we go up to the top of this area, it shows my race ranking, which it shows that I have, again, as I was talking about Zwift points, that kind of, I think that falls into this, but we'll get into the Zwift points here momentarily. But my race ranking, I have 510.33 points, which puts me in 22,833rd place. That is nothing to brag about. So moving down, I am in minimal category C. I've only done 13 races, which if you go down to the bottom, this will show you, this lower portion here shows you all the races, the identified and the registered races that I have done. On the left, it shows what category I was in. It shows how I placed in that ride, the date that I did it, what ride it was, and then the horizontal rows show my watts per kilo, how many watts I held, so forth and so on, all the way over to how tall I am, shows how much I weigh, so forth and so on. So it really, really breaks this stuff down. Back up to the top. All right, so again, I'm a minimal category C, 13 races completed. My Z points, as I was mentioning earlier, I have 3,305 points. I'm in 16,763rd place. Again, nothing to brag about. What country I'm in, if I'm on a team, which I'm not in Zwift, I'm not on a team. My FTP, which according to Zwift, I had an FTP of 332 for 102 kilos. And because I'm 38, 39, I'm a master rider. Again, the information to the right of this first box is just showing how much I've done in 30 days, the year, and overall total. And again, over here to the right, it's kind of like USA Cycling again, where it shows your nemesis, people that, you know, they beat you and y'all kind of got this rivalry going. They go show your victims. It shows kind of people that are on the common level as you are. And then if you have any team information, that's what's there. All right, so as you all saw, we kind of went over my profile there, and want to show you a couple more things within my profile. So here next to race ranking and minimal category, if you click these little boxes called info, it actually gives you a drop down. So as you see here, I have within my race ranking category, I believe that's 1,997th age group. I'm 7,853rd. My weight group, I'm 210th, so forth and so on. So again, it breaks down where you are in your race ranking. If you look underneath your minimal category, what it does is it gives you a 95 percentile for different wattages that you run at. So 95 percentile of 20 minutes, which again, for I guess my category C races, I've done 304. So it's giving me my top 3, and then it's giving me my average. So my top 3 being 304, 285, 265 different watts per kilo, which is giving me my average of 285 watts at 2.79 watts per kilo. So that's something pretty interesting. So again, Zwift Power is very, very detailed, and it's good information to whomever wants to utilize it. All right, so we've already looked through this top row in the dark gray area, or black area if you want to call it. Let's look through real quickly this gray area. As you see here, there's also boxes here. So again, you have Whit on YouTube, which is me. It's going to pull up my profile as you see that that's highlighted. And then let's click signups. It says no data available in table, upcoming events updated every 15 minutes, long-term events update every 2 hours. So right now I have no signups that are recognized by Zwift Power. And to even speak to that point, I mentioned to Rasan Bahati about getting the Eldorado series recognized by Zwift Power. I am registered for that, which is going on today. That event would show up in here because I am signed up for it. All right, let's look at Power. Now this is really interesting because it's going to show you can either click watts or you can have highlighted watts per kilo. So you can pick either one of these boxes. So right now I have my watts showing, which it'll break down again. For 1 second I've held 1,300 watts and so forth and so on. Kind of the same bar graph that you will see in Strava. You can go to your watts per kilo. It's going to make some adjustment, and it's going to give you that. Actually, I don't think it made any adjustment, but it gives you the watts per kilo green line down here at the bottom. So again, that's some good information there. All right, to the right hand side over here, it's going to actually show you, it shows you the watts per kilo you held for the last 90 days, and it shows you the actual day that you did it and what route you were riding on, or what segment you were on. So the 3R Watopia flat race, I did 4.13 watts per kilo, which was on the 7th of April. And then I did 3.98 watts per kilo at the Bullseye Points race event. So that's, again, some good information that Zwift Power is giving unto you. All right, let's go to activities. So these, again, all the activities that your boy has partaken in, whether it's a recovery ride, whether it's a meetup, whether it's just me on there riding around, it gives you all this information. You know, last race I did was, I think, 13th at the Bullseye Points race, and it just shows you my title that I put in there, the time that it took me, so forth and so on. I'm not going to keep you guys with running through all these numbers, but this is, again, the breakdown and the walkthrough of everything that Zwift Power provides to you, being the rider, the racer, and or the team. All right, Z points. Again, that's a hot topic right now, and so this is how you are generating points as your overall Z point status. As you see me, I'm like at the bottom of the barrel with my Z points. But what it's showing you is for Watopia KOM forward, I had did it in 3 minutes and 50 seconds. 3 minutes and 50 seconds at 249 watts, which was 2.4 watts per kilo, which gave me 153 points. Then you have the Watopia KOM reverse, 5 minutes and 20 seconds at 292 watts at 2.9 watts per kilo, which gave me 261 points. And that's, again, for those segments. Then here it says best power in watts per kilo in 90 days. And this is just all this information again, my 1 minute power, so forth and so on, 20-minute power, 5-minute power, and it's giving you all that data on the right-hand side over there. So Zwift Power is very, very in-depth and very, very detailed. the different courses. And it's going to show you all the information of the different courses that I've ridden on, my average wattage that I've held, my normalized power. Again, just a slew of information for you, the rider, racer, and or the team. Settings, and this is an area I wanted you guys to look at. So right here, you'll see all my information here. You see my rider name, you see my Zwift ID number, it's my time zone, blah, 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 blah. This is an interesting box that I haven't clicked yet because I'm currently riding with Velo Club Lagrange and I don't want any issues with anybody. I don't have that box clicked because what that does is when you click that box, it makes you available to be recruited by Team Dirt and those other teams that I had shown you all earlier. Again, you can simply write in here your FTP and watts, which that's the information that I have received from one of my Zwift races. And then categories applies from. So what that shows the date that I was upgraded from category D to category C. Upgrade mixed category. So this is interesting. A lot of people may not know about this section here, but if you click this box, you can either pick which category you want to be in. Again, according to your watts per kilo, as a lot of the races are broken down into the different grades, but you have to pick your grade according to your watts per kilo. But what you can pick is let ZwiftPower or Zwift Power decide. So for me, I just leave it at let ZwiftPower decide. And again, they showed me to actually have to upgrade in one of my races. I was DQ'd, but it wasn't on purpose. They upgraded me because my watts per kilo were higher than D grade. On the right-hand side over there, you see here when my account was activated on the 21st of March. It shows that you don't have to renew this until 5 years. So it shows you until 21 March of 2025. So this is going to last me for a very long time. Then it also shows here Strava account. It says you're currently connected with my Strava account. So if you want to connect your Strava, as you saw in my profile, you come here into your settings to connect your Strava account to your ZwiftPower account, which I will show you that right here. So it says right here underneath my level, it says Zwift Strava profile. So if I click that, simply pulls up my Strava account. And so again, aliases, the different people that I guess this is all the different upgrades and changes that you make within the account, kind of like an edit area, and then it just shows analysis, but it says 0, so there's no analysis there. But aliases are different names. So these are just the different names that I've had. So initially when I signed up, I did CritWit. Then I changed it to CritWit on YouTube, so forth and so on. It just shows you when it happened and what event, how the name was recognized at what event. So that is Zwift Power. Pretty detailed stuff. Again, and it just takes about 5 to 10 minutes for you just to kind of walk through all the little tabs, walk through all the, just look at all the information that it's giving you, and I believe it's pretty self-explanatory. But again, because a lot of people are coming to the platform of Zwift, and we're seeing things talking about Zwift Power, we don't really understand what that is. So hopefully this is one of many videos that was here to kind of walk you through and break down the experience of Zwift Power. Hope you enjoyed it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for clicking this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Share this with your friends and family, your teams, whomever may need this information. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Ya Boi, C-Dub, aka CritWit. Peace.